Let's talk about what the research says about chronic porn use. First of all, when you have, and let's talk about big cultural ramifications. When you have an oversupply of young men in a culture, that's a dangerous thing. Crime rates go up. They're frustrated. They can't find mates. You need a war to get rid of some of them, actually. They're pretty dispensable. So what they did in China is they created cloud girlfriends. Because remember, they had the one-child rule for so long? So they actually have an oversupply of young men right now. And so they created cloud girlfriends. There's one female operating system who has 700,000 boyfriends. And whether she does online porn with them or just sexy texts all day, or whether she's just telling them, you're great, go for it, they're satisfied enough to calm down. Now, that's
they're doing this to keep the crime rate low?
Oh, yeah. Because guys who don't have girlfriends, women are really good for men. Men left alone, especially when they're gathering together in groups of young men, and a lot of testosterone can raise crime rates, right?
For sure.
So let's talk about our culture here. Something else happened. So chronic use of pornography, and the average age that most boys in America begin viewing pornography is 11.
Yeah, 11.
And it has created a culture where they think the quite violent and misogynistic kind of sex that is portrayed in pornography is normal. So it used to be, I'm sorry to say, you had to be like our age before you got into the kinky stuff. Now they're trying it out in like their teens, and they're choking and doing all this stuff. Now, girls want a relationship. They want a boyfriend. So they are going along with stuff that feels completely uncomfortable to them because the guys learned it on porn. The other problem with chronic porn use within a relationship or as single men is it often causes DE, delayed ejaculation. So let me explain how male sexuality works.
Oh, I know how that works. Okay. Go on.
I'm not diagnosing you. I'm just saying that when a male mind is presented with a constant visual of new partners, new fantasies, new women, the idea of training their brain to look at the same woman over and over in monogamy is very, very difficult. We train our brains for anything. So the answer for men, of course, so what ends up happening is they get in a relationship, they don't get the fresh new image at all times, and so they can become aroused, but they can't, as women say, they can't finish. And so often, men will go to the bathroom with their cell phone and climax in order to have that new fresh face. So you've got to get off that addiction. It's a visual addiction of new fresh faces.